Hello everybody, welcome to this playthrough for Expert Division with the tournament win for the qualifying round of the Grand Parade tournament here in Golf Clash the Game with a new whole location for the part Paris. Make sure that you do hit the thumbs up button, also subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Have in mind that these shots that you're gonna see here are shots that are featured in our guide, but you will also have to have in mind that in the guide we obviously tweak, we remove and we add and trying to always provide the best possible content. Make sure that you do subscribe to Brandon Burke's channel and Ben Kennedy's channel, which are the short creators we have to our expert guide. You do have the link to both of their channel in the description down below, so please go over and support them now. If you're looking for more content in Expert, or for Pro and Master for that matter, when it comes to the March Madness deal, you get 3 big tournaments for the price of 2. And that goes for all the divisions. Obviously, we work with free-to-play balls such as Kingmakers and stuff like that, combined with special balls as well in Expert. So you can pick and choose to whatever suits your game. Follow the info box on the right hand side for the club distance adjustment, elevation adjustment, also what ball and club type I suggest you to play with. Have in mind that those are all suggestions and you don't have to follow it if you don't want to, but there's always a plan behind it. So let's go to hole number 1. So on the drive here, we're going to start at the plus 10 yard mark and we're going to use half of the white ring inside the rough to the right. And once we have found that position, we're going to add spins. So we're going to play 5.8 top spin and 2 left spin. And the idea here is to bounce over the bunker and into the rough above the bunker and roll out. And adjustment is going to be max plus 10 P3. And to be able to reach over the bunker here, we're going to use overpower. So we're going to use a slower needle overpower here. As you can see there, we are slower needle overpower, still a little bit shaky, but still fairly easy to hit perfect. We bounce the ball on the fairway into the rough to roll out to give ourselves a nice position now for the thorn on the second shot. So for the second shot, we are going to go to absolute min distance with our thorn and then add all the backspin, no side spin whatsoever. And we are then going to push up, so we are having the ball guideline to be through the hole like that, basically a little bit further back. We do want it to be at least, you can see there in that one there, so we do want to be by the edge of that bright green square row. And then we are adjusting rings from min plus a 30 P3. In this instance, I'm playing 8 rings from min, so 8% slider. Center the ball. Perfect ball here is going to be a very good chance, and this is honestly, in my opinion, a very nice way not wasting any paid ball and getting ourselves a nice little eagle to start with on hole number 1. Has come from being a very good opportunity to actually be a very difficult drop. Sure, there is sand bumps, sure, there is rough bumps, but all of them are involved with a risk. And this is more a risk-free shot where I would say I've dropped this one way more than I expected in practice. So it's a very nice design. So I'm looking for 6 backspin, 3 left spin, tip of the ball guideline to be just by the edge of the line between the dark and the bright green square. And the reason I looked from it to the side is because I want to make sure that it is just on that correct line. So after that, I'm going to adjust 1 to 1. I'm playing with a wind 4 ball here, as we do want to play between 6.5 to 8 miles per hour. So switch between Kingmaker, wind 4, depending on what wind strength you have. Inside wall left curl, that's obviously the tricky part with this shot. That use a little curl is never really something that we love to do, but we need to push the ball a little bit more left, and this comes in absolutely lovely. duper boring hole 3 expert. So starting with the quarterback at +5 yard mark, with the white ring to the sand on the left, and we're switching to a Puck Cataclysm bag, and here it's about to play with as much top spin you can, and then together with the 2 left spin. Adjustment is going to be made as max +10 P3, and we're gonna apply then max overpower with a slow needle together with 0.8 ball of curl left. Have in mind that this shot can be worked with a Kingmaker 2 and with lower level clubs 2, which then play 5.8 top spin and half a ball left with 3 left spin. Same type of procedure at least. Bounces on the fairway and then gets down the fairway. And the reason we're using less curl with a Kingmaker is due to the fact that we do want to use that we have more left spin. So on the second shot, we're gonna play with the Cataclysm here, and we're gonna use 5 bars of top spin and 2 right spin. We're looking to have the second bounce just before the right, basically giving us that very long ball guideline. So there's a little glitch there. Once we have done that, we're adjusting max +10 P3, and then we're gonna play 0.8 ball curl left. And don't forget to use the 1 ring of overpower, which I forget to do here, because the plan is to bounce into the rough, roll out, and then have a wedge towards the pin. But I forgot about the overpower. I still roll out though, and I'm still gonna have a fairly short and simple wedge, but it's unnecessary to make that mistake. The wedge here plays EV School +20 and then whatever Powerball number you have. So in this instance, it's played the P5 numbers, but obviously if you have a P3 ball, then it's P3 numbers. If you have a Power 4 ball, it's P4 numbers, etc. That's something that is very important to have in mind, otherwise you will definitely be off. You can see here in the video that I am lucky that I'm getting a drop here on with a great left, but that's the beauty obviously with the Endbringer. It really gives us a nice little way of get some great balls to drop as well. But again, it's super duper lucky. Or spin at the +9 yard mark, but most importantly we're looking to have the tip of the ball guideline to go through the hole. This is a replay glitch, and that's why it shows +4, but it should be +9 with sniper 10, and with sniper 9 it's going to be +11. Adjustment here is going to be max +15 power 2 numbers. And once we have done that, we're going to center the ball and hit perfect in this angle. We're not going to use any curl whatsoever. Perfect is on its way. And it hits the rough nicely, and it takes that little curve down, and we get ourselves a nice hole-in-one here on hole number 4. We recommend to have a wind between 6.5 and 8 miles per hour. Start with a quarterback to find absolute max distance here with the blue ring by the rough line, and swapping to an Apocalypse. Here you can make a decision. Either you can go with 4 top spin, 3 right spin, and go for a thorn backspin shot, which is absolutely brilliant. Or you can do like me. I'm gonna make use of the 4 left spin with my Kingslayer and go for a rough bump, trying to catch the funnel. Again, the risk with this type of shot is that if you don't get the drive high enough, you're going to be in a problem, because you won't be getting yourself into the funnel spot, and then it's gonna be a stupid thing from your end, and you should have settled with going with the shorter drive. But here again, the drive max +10 P3. I'm using 3 right spin, 6.5 bar top spin, and we need to get this ball over 345 yards in my opinion to be in the correct angle. For the second shot here on hole number 5, I'm actually going a bit aggressive, going for a rough bump here using a side spin 4 ball. Obviously, if you don't have a side spin 4 ball, it's not really going to be a possibility to play this shot. So what I'm doing here is that I'm aiming with all the left spin first, trying to move into the big funnel that is way more right now than what it used to be. Before we could actually attack it straight on, but we can't really do that. So I'm looking for that funnel there. And then we are going to adjust in the end to have the correct left spin together with the top spin to get the ball guideline to be approximately 1.5 2 green squares through the hole. So with the Hornet 9 here, which is a club that I'm choosing over the Thorn, because the Thorn will not always have the top spin enough to get through the hole as we want, and we don't want to fall short. So I'm playing this one 40% slider, no elevation, P3 settings. So once again though, have in mind that if you are having a bad drive and you're out of angle, you can't really play this shot, so it's a little bit risky, but it's definitely a nice way to attack the hole if you do have the correct distance. So for hole number 6, we're gonna play for green as we do have a big boy club. So stretch out, I'm trying to look at the brown tree in the far distance there as a reference point. And then adding max top spin and 2 right spin. Now we're gonna adjust max plus 20 P5. And because I forgot about that first, but then I remember. So I'm gonna adjust max plus 20 P5. And then we're gonna push up to very max. Obviously this type of shot, there is no way of knowing that you're gonna be on green all the time. It's gonna be all from being in the rough sand or green or in the water if you're doing a big mistake. However though, in the guide with the shot we haven't been wet, meaning we haven't gone out of bounds, so which is a good thing to have in mind. Bounces very nicely, gets the second bounce on the fairway into the rough, and this one is getting actually fairly close to a condor here. Obviously, this is the best possible result you can achieve here, in my opinion. And I mean, I will take a tap in putt for an albatross here on hole number 6. Start with a quarterback and incomplete max distance with a P3 ball, a white ring by the rough line, and after that we're going to swap to the Apocalypse and Thorn bag. You can see that there, and then we play 5.8 top spin and 1.5 bar of right spin. You can play this shot with Apocalypse level 4 plus, and the goal here for this shot is to bounce into the rough above the water. Adjustment is going to be max plus 10 P3. And then again we center the ball, we bounce into the rough above the water, and we lay up in that case to be open for a short iron towards the pin. Be careful by not using any overpower here, and the reason I say that is because we do want to ensure a pin shake. I'm using a little bit of overpower here, which definitely have an impact if I'm finding the pin shake or not. It's just so unnecessary to do a mistake like I did there. However though, the ball is still safe, we are on the fairway, and we still have a shot for the pin. So for the second shot here on hole number 7, we're gonna do a pin shake, and when it comes to doing a pin shake, we could be sometimes a little bit too long. Then we can use the ring reference that we do have in the guide. Ball guideline to the hole, very important here now, and with no spin. This is a high wind, like the highest of king winds, and I would recommend to be heavy on your pull so you're not under pulling and missing to the right, which is very easy. Pin check plus 1 is going to be played 48% slider with a 10% elevation, P3 numbers. Gets up the fairway right at pin for a beautiful eagle here on hole number 7. So on hole number 8, then we're gonna find a complete minimum distance with a power 5 ball. So this is a replay, doesn't really show you a P5 ball because I'm switching to whatever power 3 ball that gives me a win 4 or a win 5. You can play with a power 1, 0 or 2 ball as well if you would like. 2 left spin and 4 clicks of top spin. Ball guideline will then go over the left half of the hole, and then we're going to apply a 1-to-1 adjustment. So we do zoom in here a lot because we don't want to have the tree in our way. And we center the ball and hit perfect. This is not going to be a gimme, this is a tough par 3, but with this type of play we give ourselves definitely a good chance for a drop. It bounces on the fairway, gets up the green, and it rolls right at pin for a beautiful hole-in-one on hole number 8. For hole number 9, if you do have big boy clubs, then we're going to play over the water. If you do not have the possibility to play with at least an Apocalypse level 6, I would recommend to just lay up on the fairway. Just play this one as we usually do, by laying up on the fairway and then play through the trees. So we are adjusting max plus 10. The problem is though that I'm pushing up a little bit too much here. I should be pushing up 15 yards and I should have just stayed at the plus 19 as I did. I did push up 2 more here in the end because I got a little bit confused on how much to push up. In the end I was lucky to have it to work. 2 left spin, max top spin. We play with a slightly slower needle and we're playing with a perfect ball, max curl to the left. The goal here now is to have it bounce on the fairway over all the water and then bounce on the other fairway and over the rough. You see there's a lot of things that's going to have to go your way, but if it goes your way then you're going to have a very nice and open shot towards the pin for an albatross on a very tough par 5. So on the second shot we are going to play this one a lot of elevation. We're gonna play from a plus yardage to find a landing position. I'm using the +1 here as a reference to 0.8 backspin or whatever backspin and get the ball guideline to the hole. And then I'm playing, in this video I play 45% elevation with an 80% slider. However though, you will notice here that I will miss on the right hand side, which is definitely going to have to be tweaked. We do want to play in this case with 40% elevation P5 numbers instead of the 45 that I played here in the video. However though, this is a very good chance of dropping an albatross from distance. It's not going to be a gimme, but it's definitely going to be there. So in the end, if you do play with lower level clubs, you lay up on the first fairway with your drive and then you play through the trees, taking the eagle and run. If you do have big boy clubs, then you will in that case have the possibility to play what I'm showing you here on the video, which definitely is going to give you a nice look at the albatross. Thank you so much everybody for watching this playthrough for Expert Division with the tournament win here for the qualifying round. Once again, make sure to subscribe to Brandon Burke's channel and to Ben Kennedy's channel and support the hard work that they do. Also get our March Madness deal on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. You can see more in the video that is in the description down below, or you can just go and choose your package on the site. If any questions, let us know through support@golfclashtommy.com. Thank you once again for watching and good luck in the Golf Clash game.